Hey, today I'm going to talk about oiling your valves. It should be simple, but I've had calls from a parent saying, "Hey, my kid's trumpet stopped working. What do we do? It's not making any sound." And I immediately know probably what happened, and I'll say, "Did you happen to have just oiled the valves?" "Yes, as a matter of fact, we did." And then I'll explain, "Okay, well, you got the valves back in wrong, so it stopped up the air, and that's why your kid can't make any sounds." But even if you're not a kid, an inexperienced kid, there's a pet peeve that I see older players, students, grad students even, doing that drives me absolutely insane because it's incredibly inefficient. And I see people doing this. When they go to oil their valves, they take the whole valve out of the casing, and then they hold it over the floor or a garbage can, whatever, and then they oil it this way. Excess oil drops down to the floor or the garbage can, whatever they're using, and then they put the valve back in. Now that is a complete waste of energy and valve oil, and time. So the preferred method is, and let's say I've got 20 measures and I need to oil all 3 valves. I'm in the middle of a rehearsal, but I've got 20 measures. Rest, you got to get it done. So I've learned how to do this fast so that you can get it done in the middle of a performance if you need to. I take them out halfway, each one of them. Oops. Try not to bang your bell against something while you're doing this. Then I take the valve oil, I squirt it on. I flood it. I'll flood it in a rehearsal just to make sure it's going to work and that I don't waste time and have to redo it. So I'll just put a lot on because it's not going to hurt to put too much on. Then put the valve back down, screw the caps. After you get all 3 back in, I blow air, like I could tell that one was scooped up. I blow air through the mouthpiece into the trumpet to make sure the valves are in correctly, so I can feel air going all the way through. Yes. So now I've done it correctly. Now, what that does is that allows the excess valve oil that's going to drip off your valves when you oil them, no matter what you do. That excess valve oil goes down into the valve casing and further lubricates the casing. When you just hold it over the floor and you just oil it, all the extra valve oil drops down to the floor, does no good except make a mess. Now, if you come up with a way of being able to oil your valves and never get a drop of valve oil leaking from the trumpet onto your pants or from the valve oil itself, let me know, because that's also the bane of our existence. And I've had many concert black outfits that have to be specially cleaned because I get valve oil all over them, or slide grease, one or the other. Okay, so try that next time you oil your valves. It'll be much more efficient. You'll get it done quicker, and you will have extra lubricated valve casings and valves. And tell your students, let them know, band directors, tell your students that's the proper way to oil your valves. Don't take the valve all the way out of the casing, hold it over something, and oil it. That is no bueno.